Mr. Williamson, let me make sure I got this right. You made a comment just a minute ago because of lack of documentation of the injured. Are we kidding me? Is that true?
Well, again, the Federal Recovery Coordination Program covers the severely injured, and there's no database in DOD or VA that actually defines what severely wounded is or keeps track of it. So it makes it difficult for the program to identify potential enrollees.
Well, this seems just backwards to me. I'm a dentist, and health records are everything to a patient for continuity of care. And I see this over and over in my district. We collect claims from White Mountains to the Native Americans to Flagstaff to Prescott to Phoenix, all about this. And this is the simplest of tasks. And it comes back to, the lack of an interagency discipline to have something that both agencies can agree upon. Would you not agree on that, Mrs. Simpson, Ms. Madvid?
I think absolutely it requires both departments working together throughout the entire department at the senior levels of leadership and to address those specific issues. And I believe that the teams are working to address those.
Wasn't there a meeting on May 2nd, and what was the follow-up on that? Can you give us some details?
I was not present at the meeting. We're in the process of documenting the next steps, and for both the issues of the electronic health record and the disability evaluation system and the way forward. And both departments will be connecting on that to get specific and addressing those issues.
I find a real disconnect. I'm sorry, but these are people's lives, and having gone over to Walter Reed to see the severely injured, to see even some of the folks that are looking at problems with post-traumatic syndrome type aspects. Folks, it's that easy, and it seems like we're just studying this over and over and over again, going nowhere. And I mean, it's a common theme throughout our whole my whole district, which is laden with veterans and our military supporters. And this is unacceptable, just absolutely unacceptable, because the whole system is now in place and as a problem. It's interfering with the treatment of our soldiers. Would you not agree?
Access to data and information absolutely is critical to being able to address issues. I agree.
And why aren't we prioritizing that record? I mean, this is no different. I'm not going to give you any solace, because in the private sector, we're not given that leeway. And I don't see we should be giving you any more leeway because of what's impounding here. And not to have documentation upon severely wounded people that are coming back here, that's the minimum standard, folks. That's a minimum standard. What you're giving us is unacceptable results, absolutely unacceptable results. Not knowing what came about on May 2nd, what's your, Ms. Simpson, where would you go with this? I mean, you're in a position of making a comment and putting your weight behind an idea. Where would you like to see this go?
I believe we would like to see it go exactly what you're talking about, commitment and service to getting our service members and our wounded warriors and into veteran status seamlessly. It's got to be the utmost priority. And the technical aspects of the systems, I am not detailed in that type of information, but there are very dedicated people on both departments that are working tirelessly to make sure that the technical, systematic architecture and the details about the infrastructure that is required to support the record you're referring to is going to be a reality.
I would hope somebody in leadership would actually stand up and be counted, because too many times our men and women who put their lives on the line are being the victims here, and that's inappropriate. We've heard this over and over again throughout my district, like I said, and I would like to say in a few short weeks, we're going to celebrate Memorial Day. And I hope especially that it's very important during this time that we remember our obligations. And it's not about saving our job. It's not about not speaking up. It's about speaking up on behalf of what's right. And I don't see a lot of that happening. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.